What's going on, y'all? So real quick, I want to make a real quick video going over my 30-minute orb strategy along with the Fibonacci retracement. And I'm gonna tell you guys right now, the 30-minute orb strategy is one of the simplest strategies that you can ever implement. Okay, it's very simple, and it can make you a lot of money in the financial market. Now, before I dive deeper into this 30-minute orb strategy, I want to tell you guys about our free trading community. Okay, so our free trading community, we send out free trading signals. Okay, free trading signals, and this is an app that you're going to be able to download when you join our free trading community, and they'll send you notifications through this app when it comes to the trade ideas. And all you have to do is just literally, if you want to, just click on it and it'll automatically copy it, and all you have to do is just paste it in the on the platform that you trade on and place the trade. But this app has been sending out some amazing trades. Okay, now if we go to performance, because we have performance here as well, and through the app here, if you go to the performance, as you can see here, if you select, I like the gold signals that they be sending out. But look at this. All right, let's go today. Well, today is, the market is closed, but if you go out the week here, if you select the week, this you would have made almost 6% within a week if you would have took all of the trading signals that they sent out. Okay, you would have made 6%, almost 1,600 pips, guys. It's crazy. Now, if we select the month, right? In a month, let me see. If you select a month here, you would have done almost 17%. You would have almost done 17% in 1 month, guys. 17% in 1 month. It's crazy, right? Crazy. All right, so this is an app, like I said, that you're going to get access to when you join our free trading community. And not only are you going to receive trading signals through this app, but we're also going to give you access to a free trading indicator that has also been creating some amazing results for our members as well. So you're going to get a trading indicator, you're going to get trading signals, and not only that, we have something coming soon where whenever you receive a trading signal, right? Whenever you receive a trading signal and you get a notification through the app, all you got to do is just swipe right, and you're automatically in the trade. So you don't really have to copy and paste the trade. All you got to do is just swipe right and you're automatically in the trade. Okay. If you guys want free access to this app and our free trading community and our trading indicator, then shoot me a DM, or click the link in the description box below, or message me, let me know, hey Andre, send me the link so I can join your free trading community, and then I'll go ahead and add you. Okay, now let's go ahead and get into the strategy. Now the 30-minute is just basically, the 30-minute orb is just basically the first 30 minutes of any session that you trade. For this example, I'm going to show you guys German 30. I like to trade German 30 in London session. So, but this 30-minute orb strategy, you can use it in any session. Okay, but in this case, I like, from what I've been doing, back testing when it comes to the strategy, the 30-minute orb strategy works best in London when you're trading German 30. Okay, now this blue box right here that you're seeing right here, this is the London zone. Technically, the London starts at 3 a.m., but I have this London box right here starting at midnight. I don't know if you guys can actually see that. This is the midnight candle, and I start the 30-minute strategy from here. Okay, so the first 30 minutes after midnight, right? All I'm doing is just marking out the high and the low within the first 30 minutes. Okay, so technically the first 25 minutes. Okay, because you want to that's how I do it. So I mark out the high. This was the highest point, right? And the lowest point was here, this candle right here. Okay, and now I got my high and I got my low of the first 30 minutes of the session. Okay, now what I like to do is, okay, I like to wait for price to show me what direction it wants to go in. Okay, now you want to also look at the higher time frames, like the 4-hour, the daily, to determine what type of trend you're in. But if you wanted to catch like a 1-to-1 or a quick scalp, what you could have did is wait for price to break the zone, break the orb, and then retest. Once you see that retest rejection, that's your entry. Okay, but what I'm gonna tell you guys right now is you do not want to chase the first breakout. Okay, you don't want to chase this first breakout. This is how people get faked out. Okay, see, if you'd have chased this one, right, and you got in a sale, you'd have been a lot of drawdown. If you'd have chased this one, this breakout right here, right, you would have chased, you'd have been in drawdown because it pulled back. Okay, you want to wait for confirmation. Okay, so, and what I mean when I say confirmation, all right, let me show you guys something. You want to wait for price to break the orb, and then you want to see a candle come back into it, break and retest it with a strong bullish candle if you're buying, and then you could have caught this move right here. That would have showed you confirmation right there. So basically, I would have got in the trade once I saw the break. Once I saw this candle break the top of the orb, and then I saw this candle wick down and reject this top of this orb, I'm getting in right here. Okay, and then normally what I like to do is I like to put my my stop right below the bottom of the orb. Okay, and basically you could have caught, right, a 1-to-1 for sure. So if you like catching, if you like going for 1-to-1s, there you go. You could have caught the 1R right there. But the real move, all right, if you know the higher time frame, if you're going with the higher time frame trend, right, and you know your fundamentals, then this right here would have been your real move right here. Okay, I don't know if you guys get this right here would have been your real move, right? This would have been your real move. You put your stop right above the top of the orb, right, and you could have caught this move here. Okay, that's the real move. Okay, that's why I say you got to know the higher time frame trend. Okay, and I'm going to also show you some examples of using, when it comes to using the Fibonacci retracement. Now, like I said, guys, you can use the 30-minute orb in any session. Just for example, just to show you guys, right? This is the Asian session. I don't know if you see the yellow outline here, but this is the Asian session. I normally don't trade the Asian session when it comes to this German 30 pair, but it's the same thing. If you're going to be trading the Asian session, now the Asian session is going to be different for German 30, but it's going to start at 2015. All right, so you're going to mark up your high, all right, and then you're going to go to 35. What was the lowest candle? Right here. This is going to be the lowest candle right here. All right, so this is the 30-minute orb. You got your 30-minute orb high and your 30-minute orb low. Now all you're waiting for is a break and retest. Okay, it's very, very simple. It doesn't matter what session you're trading in. You could trade the London session, the New York session, the Asian session. It doesn't matter. Okay, once price breaks the orb low, you don't want to chase this trade though. You don't want to get in right here because you don't know if price is going to continue to go down. You want to see it break and retest. And once you see something like this, this is this is what you call a bearish engulfing candle right here, right? This strong bearish candle right here. This is a bearish engulfing candle. That's my entry right there. So I got the rejection. Not only that, it rejected this this green. If you're wondering what this green line is, this is a VWAP. All right, but this is my entry right here. And then normally, if you want to, you could put your stop above that. But I like, just to be safe, I like to put my stop right above the orb high. Okay, I like to put it above the 30-minute orb high. Okay, just to be a little safe. Okay, but this is the move that you could have caught based off of this 30-minute orb. Especially if you know the higher time frame trend. Okay, matter of fact, let's actually see. Let me just put a vertical line here and then go to the 4-hour here. If we go to the 4-hour, let's see, where is our line at right here? Okay, technically we got a little high, low, then we created a higher high, so that's not a good example when it comes to the orb. But let's go back to the 5-minute and let's continue to show you, guys some more examples when it comes to this 30-minute orb, and maybe we can get a example when it comes to the Fibonacci. Okay, so you would have, if you'd have traded this in the Asian session, you would have caught a good move right here. Okay, now let's delete everything here. Now let's go back. Let's go to the previous session, which was the London session. Okay, this is the, remember, this blue outline box here is the London session. Like I said, technically the London session starts at 3 a.m. but I have it, when it comes to me back testing this, I'm catching the good moves after midnight, before the London session starts. Okay, so I'm gonna mark out again. I'm gonna mark out my high and my low, all right, of the London session here. Okay, so that's gonna be my high, then right here it's gonna be my low. Okay, you see that, right? Now again, you want to wait for, right, you want to wait for price to break out of that orb high, then you want to wait for a retest. You want to wait for that pullback, okay, and then get in. Okay, so what I would have did was I would have also used a anchor VWAP. If you don't know what an anchor VWAP, you can look it up. But I also will have my anchor VWAP right here at the start of the midnight candle here. And as you can see, I don't know if you guys can actually see it, but if you see this, right, this candle right here, let me see if I can actually show you. This candle right here actually broke the top of the orb, and then this candle right here was that pullback. So after you see that pullback, you would definitely would have got in right here. This would have been your entry right here. Okay, and like I said before, I'm going to put my stop right below that 30-minute orb. Okay, and look at this. It's crazy. Look at that. You would have caught this whole move right here if you'd have hold it that long. All right, you would have caught a 4R, definitely a 2R. You would have caught a 3R for sure, but you would have caught almost a 5R on this move. And if you'd have hold it even during the US session, you would have caught almost, yeah, 8R. It's crazy, right? So you see how simple this is. All you're doing is just waiting for, you just marking out your high and your low in the first 30 minutes, and you're just waiting for price to show you where price want to go. Okay, I'm going to show you guys some more examples, and if you guys are getting some value, let me know in the comment section. Again, if you want to be a part of my free trading community, where we send out trading signals and get access to our trading indicator for free, then just shoot me a DM. Now if you want to copy my trades automatically to your account hands-free, shoot me a DM and just let me know, hey Andre, I want to copy your trades automatically to my account, and then I got you. I'll get you set up. Okay, so let's show you guys another example. So again, all right, you're gonna mark out your high and your low in the first 30 minutes. Okay, so this is gonna be the orb low here, and this right here is gonna be your orb high. Now you might would have missed out on this trade because, you know, you see this long candle right here. Sometimes I don't like to get in. I don't like to get in down here because the majority of the time price likes to come down, right, and pull back. So if you want to be a little risky, you could have caught the trade. You could have took the trade here, but let's say that we did take the trade here. But I like to pull back. But you know, again, you would have put your stop at the orb high, and you could have called this move right here. You could have called a almost a 2R on this trade here. So yeah, I mean, sometimes, you know, you're gonna miss the trade, you're gonna miss the move sometimes. Okay, so that's another example. I'll show you guys some more examples. Like I said, if you guys are getting some value, let me know in the comment section. Let's go to the previous London session. You're gonna mark out your high. All right, you're gonna mark out your high. It's gonna be your high right here, and then you're gonna mark out your low. The first 30 minutes is gonna be your candle low right there. Now, again, what you're waiting for is price to break out of this orb, pull back, and then that's your move. Okay. It's a real simple strategy, guys. It's real simple. All you're waiting for is price to break either the orb high or the orb low, and you're waiting for a retest, and you're waiting for a rejection candle, right? This is your rejection candle right here, okay? I don't know if you guys can see that, but that's your rejection candle right there. That green wick right there, boom. That's gonna be your entry right here. After that candle close, you would have got in right there. You would have put your stop above the orb high, and then boom, right here. This is your move right here. You would have called a 2R. All right, you would have called a 2R on this move right here, guys. Simple as that. All right, this happens all the time, guys. Like, you can really catch some really good moves in the markets in London session trading the DAX or German 30, also known as German 30. Okay, show you guys some more examples. Okay, you're gonna mark out your high. All right, this is gonna be, I think it's gonna be the lowest point. Yeah, it's gonna be the lowest point. You're marking out your high and your low the first 30 minutes. This is gonna be the orb high right here, and technically, you would kind of missed the move now by something like sometimes you can, like, if you really want to, and you can if you know the higher time frame trend or whatever, and you don't want to wait for that pullback, you could take the trade. Okay, now if you'd have took the trade here on that break, right? I don't like doing this, but you could take the trade there, put your stop below the orb low there, and you would have caught this move right here. A 3R right there, guys. A 3R. Okay. Now, let's say that you want to trade the 30-minute orb when the London session actually starts, because remember, technically, the London session starts at 3 a.m. guys. Okay. So let's I'm gonna show you guys an example when it comes to the actual London session open. Okay. So 3 a.m. That's 3 a.m. Eastern. That's when the London session starts. Okay. So I'm going to mark out my high and low the first 30 minutes of the London session. Okay. And this is going to be the high there. And then this is going to be the low. Yep, that's going to be the low. Now, what you could have did was, again, if you're going to play the 30-minute orb, wait for price to break that 30-minute orb low, and then you wait for that pullback, right? You wait for that pullback, and that's your move. Okay, so again, let's go ahead and get our entry here. This would have been our entry right here, down here, or in this case right there. You're gonna put your 30-minute orb maybe up here, or just a little bit above the orb high, and that's your move. You're gonna call it a 1R, at least a 1R. Okay, and then if you want, sometimes when it comes to me reaching 1 hour, I'll break even, take some off of the trade. But yeah, that would have been my move right there, guys, on that. So let's show you guys some more examples, guys. Like I said, if you guys are getting some value, let me know. But guys, this strategy works. Now, I'm gonna show you guys, if you want to add some extra confluence, what I like to see sometimes, I like to see a session sweep, meaning the current sessions, whenever the current session sweeps below the previous session, in this case, the London session swept. Technically, like I said, London session starts at 3 a.m. But when it comes to this box, whenever this session sweeps the previous session, right? That means most likely you're gonna see a reversal. Most likely, doesn't happen all the time, but most likely you're gonna see a reversal. So once I see a session sweep, right? Again, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna mark out my high, right? I'm gonna mark out my high, and then I'm gonna mark out my low. Right here. Okay, now when it comes to this, don't get faked out. Now don't get faked out. Normally when you see a session sweep like this, whenever the current session sweeps the previous session, right, price likes to sweep it and then reverse. Okay, it likes to reverse. So you want to be careful when instead of, because what I've been showing you has been simple, right? You would wait for the break, and then you wait for the retest, and then you got to look out for these sweeps as well. If you see a session sweep, be real cautious, okay? Because price has a high chance of reversing, okay? Now, again, What I like to see is I like to see price break above it and then pull back, but it really didn't pull back to the top of the orb really. But if you was a type of trader that likes to go ahead and take the breakout, I don't like to chase the first breakout, but if you did, put your stop right below the 30-minute orb, and you could have took the trade to the upside. You would have caught a 4R almost. All right, you would have caught a 4R. You see how, like, by utilizing the 30-minute orb, it can kind of tell you it can kind of give you a bias on where the market could possibly be going to. And then also, if you add the extra confirmation, then you would definitely have a high chance. So like I said, you see there's multiple confluences here. All right, you have the session sweep, meaning London session swept below the current session, which was the Asian session. And then not only that, if you add the 30-minute orb, remember, I mean not the 30-minute orb, but the anchor VWAP at the midnight candle, right? And price breaks above that, this anchor VWAP, that means buyers are in control. Okay, I forgot to tell you that. If price is above this anchor VWAP, which is blue line, that means buyers are in control. If price was below this anchor VWAP, that means sellers are in control. Okay, so I just want to let you guys know that by having these multiple confluences, it can kind of help you predict where the market could be heading. Okay. Let me show you guys maybe two more examples here. Okay, so here's the other London session right here. Again, you're gonna mark out your high of the first 30 minutes. That's your high there, and then you're gonna mark out your low. This is a 25 candle. Yep, this is gonna be your low right here, and you want to wait for price to break above or below. In this case, price broke. The real move was price breaking above this 30-minute orb right here. Again, once you see price break, close. When I say break, I want to see a candle close above or below it. Okay, and then I want to see that pullback. This candle was that pullback, and you could have caught that move there. So really, technically, you would have got in right here. Put your stop right below the orb there, orb low, and this was your real move right here, guys. This is your real move here. You see that? You see how like how what type of moves you could be catching by utilizing the 30-minute orb? It's crazy, ain't it? Now, I'm gonna let me show you some examples when it comes to adding the Fibonacci retracement. Okay, let me actually keep that on there. Let's actually go to the 4 hours. Sometimes I like to look at the 4 hour to actually see where I'm at in the market. So we're in the 4 hour chart now. Sometimes you'll get a clear, but sometimes you won't. Okay, let me see. High, low. Technically we're kind of in a downtrend around that area, but let's go back to the 5 minute. I'm trying to find a good example of when it comes to utilizing the 30-minute, not the 30-minute order, but the Fibonacci retracement. All right, so let's look at this one. Remember, we're going to go through the first minute. All right, we're going to do the first 30 minutes here. It's going to be the orb high. This is going to be orb low. And then, let's see, price necessarily, this probably would have been an iffy day when it comes to the first 30 minutes after the midnight. But if you were playing let's see, if you was actually playing the 3, that's what I'm saying. Like, you could probably take, two trades, 1 or 2 trades within this London box right here, because like I said, the actual open of the London session starts here. Let me show you guys at 3 a.m. Okay, so 3 a.m. low there. Okay, and then the high was here. Okay. Okay. Also, remember, London session swept below the previous session. Remember, whenever price sweeps the previous session, that means there's a session sweep. So most likely price is gonna start reversing, And if you, sometimes what I like to do too, sometimes when I add my anchor VWAP, when I see, sometimes I get in early before, because I want to catch a bigger move or a better entry. So whenever price breaks this anchor VWAP right here, all right, I'm gonna be entering a trade in the middle of the orb. Sometimes I do that, but for the most part, I like to wait for break and retest. But sometimes, you know, if I see multiple confluences like a session sweep and I see a break of the anchor VWAP, I'm getting in the trade. So in this case, I would have got in on this break right here. Again, I would have put my stop below this 30-minute orb low, and then, right, this is my move. This is my move, guys. That's my move. Okay. Or what you could have did was wait for price to break. Right. You want to see it break, retest. Could have cut the trade here if you wanted to. I like to wait for a candle to close. So this would have been your move, but your stop would have been down here. I like to put my stop below the orb. Would have called a almost a 1R there if you wanted to. All right, I'm gonna show you guys one more example. Okay. And as you can see, like, the big moves happen in the London session. You see the blue boxes right here. Remember, the blue box mean that you're in the London session. So you're catching big moves in the London session. Okay. So this is going to be the last example. Like I said, if you guys are getting some value, let me know in the comment section. If you guys want to be able to get access to my free trading community where we send out trading signals and where you get access to our free trading indicator, let me know. Also, if you guys want to copy my trades automatically to your account hands-free, also click the link in the description box below, message me on Telegram or Instagram, and let me know, hey Andre, I want to copy your trades. Okay. So again, we're going to mark out our high and low. The first 30 minutes, that's going to be actually our high, and then this is going to be our low. This one was a small one. Okay. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to wait for a break and retest. Let me see. Did we get a break there? So basically, you would have waited for a break, price pulled back here. Once you see that rejection off of that, this would have been your entry right there. Okay. So this would have been your entry here. Once you see that break and retest, it came back down here and retest, you got a rejection here. This is your entry. You'll put your stop right below the orb below there, and this is your real move. You could have caught this whole move, guys. Yeah, you see this? This is crazy, ain't it? You see how powerful this is? That's your move, guys. That's your move. Using the 30-minute orb. Now, like I said, I actually wanted to show you guys this Fibonacci. I wanted to find a real good example. So this might be a good example. So let's see that you're trending to the downside. So I like to start my my Fibonacci from the swing high. If you know, from the swing high to the swing low. All right. This right here is going to be your swing low right here. Swing high. So basically you're looking for big pushes, either to the downside or to the upside. In this case, this was a big push to the downside. So you're going to bring out your Fibonacci retracement here. And if you guys want to take a screenshot of my settings, this is my settings right here. If you want to take a screenshot, that's my settings. Okay. All right. Now, what we're going to do now is I'm going to bring it down to close to the London session. So we're going to go back to the 5 minute. So I'm going to go back here. And this is just basically adding extra confluence, guys. The levels that you're going to be really paying attention to is the 61.8 Fibonacci retracement level and the 50%. All right. These two levels are the levels that I like to trade. Now, I also like to trade the 88.6 as well, and sometimes the 38.2, but mainly I like to trade the 61.8, the 50%, and the 61.8. Okay. Now, when it comes to London, the London session open up, Again, you're going to mark out your high, right, or your low the first 30 minutes. Okay. All right. This is going to be high and your low there. And once you see, once you see price come into the 50% and the 61% level, then you know that price has a high chance of reversing. All right, we're in a downtrend. We created a lower high and a lower low on the 4-hour, and this is that pullback into that into this level here. So really, you would have been looking for a sell this day. Okay, so by adding the Fibonacci retracement with the 30-minute orb, and you also adding your anchoring a VWAP, right, at the midnight candle, right, that's just extra confluence.